Sorry about that. I guess this video is going to be a two-part video. But it's all about the contributions that we make to humanity. It's not, man, see, we have free will, so it's not just commandments, they are suggestions. Do you want to enjoy your time here? That's it. You know what I mean? Or do you want to, the lessons get harder as you go down. You know what I mean? So, moving on, I guess. 1 Corinthians 15:20, but now Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who are asleep. The first fruits. So that means that there are more fruits, just like Jesus, coming out the tree, down the chute. Okay? What happens when a tree is planted? When a seed is planted, okay? A seed sprouts up. It takes about 3 years for that tree to even bear a single fruit. For the years 4 through 7, the fruits belong to God. You give those fruits to the animals of the earth. As they mature and they become better towards the 7th year, you give them to the priest, you give them to the community, you give them to those in need. You send it out so that God can bless it and send it back to you. These are energetic, karmic laws of the universe that must be upheld in order to move forward in things. I'm not going to get too in depth there just because I don't think we need to tell people about that. I don't want to give people the power to destroy themselves. We have enough destruction in this world. And this world's seen enough pain. It's going to see more, you know, but I mean, like, I don't want to contribute to it. I guess, I don't know, I feel like I was just meant to come and share my knowledge, but I don't know, he's always got other plans. He's just laughing all the time, every time I think I know what's going on. But, yeah, no coffee this morning. It's weird how, like, everything's still so, like, fresh. Maybe they're right about coffee. Maybe caffeine does suppress you. Your soul self. It expresses other things, though, because, believe you me, man, we end up cracked out on coffee. I do, at least. Alright, but back to things. I totally had to segue out of that. I'm sorry. But Christ is the first of many brethren, the first fruits of those who are asleep. So Christ came in death, asleep, just like us, born from a mother's womb. He came out of death, just like we are. But it's a progression. It doesn't happen all at once for everybody. It happens in, God, over lifetimes, even over eternities. It's really crazy. But even this scripture, 1 Corinthians 15:20, says straight up, he is the first fruits of those who are asleep. There are more Christs to come. Not Jesus Christ, but, you know, CJ Christ. if I want to get really, you know what I mean? Like, but that's super boastful. I don't ever want to be like that. It's him anyways. Christ is the energy in which we connect to God through. Who is Christ? Our lawyer. He is the one that we go to God through. So he is the doorway. He is the energetic to God, man. Layered meanings. Ezekiel 44:30. The first of all the fruits, the first of all the first fruits of every kind, and every contribution of every kind, from all your contributions shall be the priest's. You shall also give to the priest the first of your dough, to cause a blessing to rest on your house. Yeah, we don't do these things anymore, do we? We just, here's my 10% of my income, and God, here's some of my time, and, we tend to, as we get more involved and more involved and more involved, we actually invest more and more and more in God, you know what I mean? But it's a slow, it takes a minute. Hey, turn back on. What happened? I need that. Maybe I don't need that. Oh, Mercury retrograde. I love you. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. I appreciate it. So, we don't think about just how we should tithe every individual thing. Like, oh man, 10% of our water, a water offering, a drink offering, food offering, here, thank you for the food that you supply me with so graciously every day. I don't have to struggle for food to get into my stomach, right? I don't have to go hunt for it. I don't have to go search it down. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so conveniently available for me. Thank you. Let me give back. How do I give back? Like feeding the animals, an offering to the birds and stuff. You set your seed offering out, and the birds come and take it, right? And they spread the seed, and it grows in that place. It spreads it. It becomes multiplied and abundant. You know what I mean? And then those seeds sprout, and then those come up, and then those, and the cycle keeps going, and it just expands on itself. Go forth and multiply. The commandment is fulfilled in that. So, the things that we've forgotten in the commandments, they are suggestions, yes. They're just suggestions. They're not commandments, because we have free will. But we should choose to do these things. If we want to live an abundant, happy, full life, a blessed life, yes, everybody will struggle. Everybody will have problems. But when you have God on your side and you approach problems, it tends to not feel like it's going to be a problem. Go figure. I get it. I didn't know that either. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize the full potential of it. Like, it takes time, and we tend to get impatient and give up because it takes time, because God wants to know our heart. Are you going to give up when it's tough? Like, when you see nothing coming from it, when you see no change, are you still going to choose me? And sadly, a lot of us don't. We give up and we just get tired. Just can't go on, you know what I mean? We're human too. And sometimes being human gets in the way. It just is, and I get it. I totally understand how it's an evolution for everyone. I'm learning to be patient. I don't want to rush anybody, and I don't want to rush myself anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I see the great point in being patient and just allowing. Being tolerant, accepting what you can, and, just trying to keep your temper, right? Because that's the biggest one for all of us in this world. Is impatience and a temper, resentment, feeling regret for, why isn't this working? I put all this into it and it doesn't work. It never works. Well, how did they get it? You know what I mean? Why can't I? You know what I mean? That's the devil beating you up, trying to keep you That is like a devil holding your wrist just so fanatically, you know, you are not leaving. That's what that whole thing is. It's the fight within. And God's just waiting for you to just look and realize that that's the devil holding your arm. And to go, get off me. That's it. That's all it is. And it's about changing the program within us, because we believe within ourselves, as according to you believe, so it is done unto you. That's what Christ said. So we believe deep down in ourselves, subconsciously, which means our conscious mind has no control over the subconscious, because over time our conscious mind programs our subconscious mind. And so our subconscious mind is a program built up of many conscious experiences over time. They are our habits, our go-tos. Okay? 11:11 on the clock. They are our go-tos. It's the program running within us. It's that negative cycle that's still on replay from all of the crappy yesterdays that we can't forget. Or that, you know, a lot of them we have forgot the experience, but our body hasn't forgot the feeling and that experience, because we don't deal with the emotions of the experience in the moment. Those experiences get stored in our cellular self, in our cells. That 97% of DNA that scientists are just barely figuring out is memory DNA. It's DNA storage. Okay, so it's your genetic memory for your ancestry. Okay, for who you are, for what you are. Your genetic coding for the program of you. Okay? It's just genetic programming. So what is programming? Programming, cells hold information. Billions and trillions of information that we can't even fathom. And unfortunately, our experiences are also memorized and encoded and formed in these cells. So the things that we suffer and choose to run from get stored for later to come back up so that we can deal with them again when we go into shadow mode every year. And then so a yearly cycle is a yearly cycle, but then there are greater cycles, right? So this is one of those times of years. This is one of those times in universal time that this is one of those exceptional times when we get an extra, you know, hey, no, this ain't going on no more. This is a bigger clock than just a yearly clock going off. You know what I mean? There's a chime going off right now, and I believe everybody has heard it. Shoot, you can go back to the trumpets. Remember those horns everybody just kept hearing, just like out of nowhere? These people were in the middle of nowheres, and yet they were still hearing trumpets blow. Like, what? The time of the season, man, like, the watchmen hear it. Those who are on guard hear it. Those who... You have to already be, you know, on guard when those things start happening. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to miss the thing. But those who hear it will sound the alarm. So you ain't got to worry if you don't necessarily hear it, but you do have to be open to your soul self and to, you know, communication and just what, you know, listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. I don't know if I'm supposed to speak about the... I don't know, that one might be... Let's just say microbiome. Yeah, totally. So, Exodus 22:29. Is that where we were at? Yeah. So, you shall not delay the offering from your harvest and your vintage. The firstborn of your sons you shall give to me. So we dedicate our firstborn son to the Father into service of the temple. I dedicated my firstborn son Isaiah on his 8th day in this world. And I am proud to say that that child wants to serve humanity as a psychologist and a therapist and helping people with their mental and emotional pain to help them ascend out of the trap of prison in the South. What more could a father hope for? You know, what to survive all of the adversity that he has and to still want to serve. I'm just so blessed. So blessed for him to have seen the road that I was still trying to walk down, both two roads at the same time. But yet he knew how to choose the right road. It blows my mind. Thank you, Father. That just goes to show, though, when you follow through with things like it totally. I don't know what prompted me to dedicate my son, but I don't know. It works. It's proof. There's proof. Like 16 years later, here I am seeing proof of it. It's pretty cool. But yes, so you shall not delay the offering from your harvest and your vintage. So we get these feelings of like, I don't know, the market's kind of shifty. If I send it now, I won't get as much. So I'm going to wait so that I can get more, you know what I mean? I'm going to try and hold out for a better number, you know what I mean, for trade. I'm going to try and hold out for the market to go up. Says, no, that's wrong. Send the food out. There's people starving, and you're holding it back. You're hoarding it for yourself. You're keeping God's blessing from going forth into the world. You are restricting God working, and now he has to go through another to fulfill his will because you are being greedy and selfish, right? That's what happens. That's literally what happens, and then we become punished for it. So don't try and hold back looking for more. Don't try and hold on to it thinking that there's not going to be any more to come. You have to have faith. Give with a joyful heart. Know what you can give and know what you can't. You're supposed to know yourself. I'm learning. I can't say I know myself all the way. But it's a lifelong journey, I'm told. As long as you're on the path, here it's all good. But Exodus 23:19, you shall bring the choice first fruits of your soil into the house of the Lord your God. You are not to boil. Oh, shit. Why are they? Okay, they gave that one again. I'm sorry. Deuteronomy 26:2, that you shall take some of the first of all the produce of the ground which you bring in from your land, that the Lord your God gives you and your earthly mother. Okay, don't forget her. We kind of got sexist back in the day, and we didn't talk anything about the feminine. You know what I mean? We made the feminine really cryptic, and for good reason, but bad reason. You know, it imprisons people, but also, I don't think we deserved to have the knowledge back then. The things that we were doing. It was the Dark Ages. We didn't deserve that. It was the medieval ages. The Renaissance. You know what I mean? We had to revive after all that. So, and you shall put it in a basket and go to the place where the Lord your God chooses to establish his name. Take some of the first of all the produce of the ground, which you bring in from your land, that the Lord your God gives you, and you shall put it in a basket, and go to the place where the Lord your God chooses to establish his name. Wow. I think I got a little scared on that one. I'm dead serious. I was so set. I was like out. I was already in California. And I was like, and then, I don't know, I woke up one morning like a week later and was like, no, there's another way. And literally, I had this whole plan, like, what? Okay. I came back and I went through with that plan and like enacted it and totally got all the, multifaceted things running, you know what I mean? So I could start the, the rainbow, the yellow brick road, and literally everything fell into place. Everything. I don't know how. Just God bless it. But everything. I'm just like, whoa, okay. That's where you choose to establish your name. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, you in your community is where God needs you. You don't always have to go around the world or something, you know what I mean? Like, not like God is going to send you every which way. No, he woke you up in your place normally for a reason, you know what I mean? To wake the people up around you. But, alright, Jeremiah 2:3. Israel was holy to the Lord, the first of his harvest. All who ate of it became guilty. Evil came upon them, declares the Lord. Wow, I wonder who's talking there. But Israel was the Lord's first fruits. So what comes after the first fruits? Well, the rest of the fruit comes afterward. So we are all God's fruit. That's the Father you resonate with. You know what I mean? We're all somebody's fruit, that's for sure. I think the choice in who you resonate with, because we have two fathers and one mother, because our mother, if you actually dig into Genesis, our mother was raped, stolen by another man, stolen by another, a challenger, and defiled, polluted, forced to bear seed that wasn't holy and pure from her divine counterpart. Yeah, and the rape and the pillaging is still happening. Only the children are now doing it. We're raping and pillaging our Mother Earth, destroying her, corrupting her, defiling her, polluting her. Shit's gotta stop. There is price to pay, and our children are gonna pay it if we don't knock it off. Everybody wants to leave their children good things, right? A legacy. Do you know what we're really leaving our kids? A punishment that not even we want to bear. But believe you me, we will pay. Dead serious. All of us. Because we are now the oppressors. I don't think people get it. I really don't. But I think some do, and the ones that do, I'm grateful for those that go forth and spread the word and do their thing, you know what I mean? And do their part. But man, we got to stop letting them abuse and rape and pillage our earth and then hold back the fruits, causing flipping famines in areas and shit. All these famines and starvation is damn man-made. You know that, right? They keep the markets. They will go and no harvest cattle, just kill them off. Pay the farmer for the cattle. Kill them all, throw them in a flipping pit, and just to keep the meat market where it's at. That's what happened during COVID. So that our markets didn't crash. So that our whole economy didn't crash, which I get, but no. There's a better way. Quit trying to uphold a system that is corrupt and isn't working, if we have to throw away tons of food because our market is going to crash, then maybe we should make the market different. There should be no people starving. There should be no babies dying of starvation or malaria or whatever, cholera. There should be none of this shit. We have the medicine and the medical capabilities. But what? People don't have time? Money? What? We fucking print money all day long. Why don't we start using our resources for what they were made for? I don't know. I think I'm done with this because, yeah, I'm getting fired up. I'm literally, I can't think about the Mother Earth being raped and pillaged anymore. Totally just, no. You guys have a great day, and I hope that gives y'all some things to think about and just who you are, what you are, and what this place is, and what we're now doing to it. I don't know. I dropped some, I think the Father dropped some really, really deep truth there for those who will hear it. God bless y'all. Love and light.